Hey mom, today was another normal day at school. But as I went about my day, I couldn't help but think about the contrast between the quiet progress I see in my own life and the overwhelming sense of despair I often see online. When I scroll through the internet, especially among people back in the US, I notice a growing chorus of despair. Not just frustration, but full-blown hopelessness. People convinced that the future is broken beyond repair. What fascinates me isn't only the despair itself, but the way people choose to broadcast it. People post their feelings of defeat not just to express themselves, but to be seen, to be validated, and to have their hopelessness echoed back to them. Misery loves company, and the internet is the perfect amplifier. The comment sections and feeds become echo chambers where hopelessness is not just shared, but reinforced. The collective agreement feels soothing in the moment, but it deepens the trap. The more despair is validated, the more it feels justified. And the more it feels justified, the less incentive there is to take action. Instead of asking how can I move forward, the underlying question becomes who else feels stuck with me. It's easier in a way because it removes responsibility. If the world is broken beyond repair, then nothing is required of you except to commiserate. It's easier to belong to a community of shared misery than to step out alone into the uncertainty of trying something new. Complaining asks nothing of you. No risk, no change, no responsibility. It keeps you safe inside the narrative that your life is limited because the world is broken, not because of your choices. But this mindset is dangerous because it erodes agency. It convinces people that they have no power. And once you stop believing in your own ability to act, you've surrendered the most valuable thing you have, the freedom to shape your own path. For me, I hold the opposite perspective. I believe the future belongs to high-agency individuals, those who refuse to drown in collective hopelessness and instead choose to act. We live in an era where the possibilities are endless. With nothing more than a phone, you can teach yourself new skills, start a business, connect with people across the globe, or even buy a one-way ticket to another country and rebuild your life from scratch. That kind of autonomy simply didn't exist for past generations. Yet many people ignore this abundance of opportunity because it's easier and strangely more comforting to stay in despair than to risk failing in pursuit of something better. The opportunities are real, but they only reveal themselves to people willing to act. High agency people operate differently. They don't look for sympathy in helplessness. They look for leverage in action. They know the world is imperfect, sometimes even unfair, but they don't let that define the boundaries of what's possible. And they understand that responsibility may feel heavy, but it's also empowering. Because once you accept responsibility, you also accept that you have power. They're willing to experiment, adapt, and learn through trial. And in doing so, they move forward while others stay stuck. That's why when I see despair broadcast online, I don't dismiss it, but I don't accept it either. I recognize the temptation. It's easier to find comfort in shared misery than to face the loneliness of action, but the comfort is false. The real antidote to despair is movement, decision, and responsibility. The future is not reserved for those who shout the loudest about their hopelessness. It belongs to those who quietly, consistently, and courageously exercise their agency. I ate dinner with the koi fish and that was it for my day. Okay, love you. Bye.